So, seated again, try to find the optimum sitting position. Of course, it's imperative that you should be able to reach all controls without difficulties. After all, here the driver will spend masses of time, and a small inconvenience in his sitting position could have a detrimental effect on him in the long run. To reach this optimum position, you can adjust the steering wheel in angle and height to your personal choice. Once behind the steering wheel, you'll see the curved instrument panel in front of you with the various operating functions. Find out where most essential functions are located and how to operate them. It looks rather silly if the wipers start working when you had intended to use your direction indicators. Light control switch with instrument panel illumination rheostat. Direction indicator lever and main beam switch. Wiper and wash functioning lever. Find out the different functions and the different lever positions. Traffic warning light. Ignition key. EDC engines are also stopped with this key, just like a car. If the truck is not equipped with an EDC engine, then the engine is brought to a standstill by pulling this knob. Turn the key to contact position, and the various control lights will light up. Is the gear lever in neutral? Turning the key further, and the engine will start. When the engine is started, most control lights will go out. Some will go out after a short while. When a control light lightens up during driving, stop as quickly as possible and check what the reason is. The ABS ASR indicator will lighten up as soon as the relevant function is activated. When a cold engine is started, do not run it faster than 800 revs for the first few seconds in order to protect the turbo. With EDC engines, this function is electronically controlled. Hold your horses until the air pressure light has gone off and the buzzer alarm has stopped. In the meantime, oil pressure will rise to approximately 1.5 bars. The functioning light will go off. When operating temperatures have been reached, oil pressure should be 4 to 6 bar. The ampere meter should indicate that the generator is charging. It will return after some time to its zero position. If it stays in the red zone, more electricity is being consumed than is being supplied. Extra lights or other things that consume electric power may cause this situation. Do not let it prevail for any long period. Air pressure okay? Buzzer silent? Ready for departure? Look at the pressure gauges. They must have reached their minimum of 5 bar in both circuits. Air pressure control light out. Parking brake free. Let's drive. The engine, gearbox and rear axle will reach their operational temperature more quickly when they work. For that reason, it's recommended that you start driving as soon as possible. It's been established that a cold start in wintertime is almost equivalent to 500 kilometers of normal wear. The sooner everything is warm, the less friction it will give, which means better fuel economy and better driving comfort. All Scania gearboxes are synchronized. Our Scania is equipped with a GRS 900 gearbox. Synchronization takes time. Please be gentle with the lever. Like this. And please don't force things. Double clutching is not needed at all. It can even be harmful to the clutch mechanism and the gearbox. Imagine climbing up a hill, fully loaded. You shift down from high to low range too fast. Most probably you'll end up in neutral and come to full stop. On the hill with 40 tons, it takes a steady hand. We'd like to inform you some more about the gearboxes and shifting gears. Here it is, the GRS 900, a 12-speed gearbox plus 2 crawler gears. First, the ring under the gear lever knob. It's the range, up and down, high and low range. On the side, the split toggle, low and high, pre-selection. And activated with the clutch pedal. Control light in the dashboard when the low split is activated. Now we'll delve deeper into the gear shifting pattern. Under normal conditions, our advice is to start as follows. Range down, split high, gear lever from neutral to 1 high. From 1 high, just shift the gear lever to 2 high. Don't change range and/or splitter. Of course, when moving the gear lever, always operate the clutch pedal. And again, only shift gear lever from 2 high to 3 high. Now we pre-select both range ring and splitter toggle, and we change gear lever to its position from where we've started, and we're now in 4 low. From 4 low to 4 high is merely a matter of changing the splitter toggle from low to high and operating the clutch pedal. Now change to 5 low. We pre-select the splitter toggle and change the gear lever. To 5 high is only again a matter of pre-selecting the splitter and operating the clutch pedal. And so on. You got it? And so on. This is a basic pattern which of course can be adjusted to individual circumstances. To change gears down, do the opposite, but only pre-select both range and splitter just before changing gears. Do not pre-select far in advance. The crawler gear may only be used at very low speed and then only in the low range, which can be split. If it is used differently, in other words, if gears are changed in the normal gear shifting pattern, there's a great risk of damage. Driving off with a cold engine. Acceleration to cruising speed must take place with moderation. Use the green economical field. This prevents over-revving and under-revving of the cold engine. As mentioned earlier, a cold start must take place with consideration. Imagine yourself having to warm up hundreds of degrees in a few minutes. If the engine is already warm, the best and most economical way, which is the most pleasant for yourself, is speeding up. Accelerate to cruising speed as fast as possible, but now using the whole green field. At 80 kilometers per hour, the engine makes 1400 to 1500 revs. Now it's important to stay as much as possible in the green field without braking or accelerating. Hold back the acceleration pedals as much as possible. What's keeping up your speed? Let it roll. Uphill, climbing. Let the engine do the work. Not you by changing gears too often. Reduce the revs until around 1200 and see if the engine holds up. There's a good chance it will. If not, shift down. The splitter gives you 200 revs more and is very fast. Going downhill or braking in order to stop. Use the engine brake to obtain the best effect. Keep the revs in the yellow field. Shift down the gears, even 2 steps at the same time. However, avoid the red rev field. The operating brake is activated by stepping on the brake's pedal. Do not ride the brake pedal to avoid overheating of the brakes. The air conductors, especially the roof spoiler, must be installed properly. If it works as a flycatcher on the leading edge of the trailer, then it has not been installed properly. The rule of thumb is to install it 10 centimeters under the edge of the trailer. You'll find the correct installation graph in the instruction booklet. Never good luck with your Scania. Be extra alert and careful during the first 5,000 kilometers. Avoid extreme revs and overloads. Keep a watchful eye on everything.